I'm Sveta Postnova, and I'm an associate professor of physics and brain dynamics. And my research mostly focuses on understanding how the brain works when we sleep, and also the circadian control of the brain and the body. Yeah, so the jet lag question in itself is very interesting because we don't see it as a big issue, right? Because all of us experience jet lag. It lasts maybe like a week or so after travel, and then we're fine. But if you think about how many people every day experience jet lag and then reduced alertness and different, symptoms due to that, if you can reduce duration of jet lag, even by a day, you increase productivity of so many people that the impact is actually huge. So, to give you a bit of a background on the collaboration with Qantas, we actually started working with Qantas in 2016, I think, or even 2015, so quite a while ago. And at the Charles Perkins Centre, we have a big interdisciplinary team of researchers, including nutritionists, physical exercise scientists, sleep epidemiologists, clinicians, and myself as a physicist, sort of, and circadian scientist, bringing everything together in a modeling platform. So we've been collaborating with Qantas, and we have this program of research called Health and Wellness in the Air. So the main idea is to have this integrated approach for improving the health and wellness in the air, and part of it is jet lag. Every cell in our body has a biological clock or circadian clock, these 24-hour rhythms. And normally, all of these clocks, they work in synchrony, right? You can think about orchestra that, playing a beautiful symphony, it's all working well. Now, when you travel across multiple time zones or you do shift work, what happens is you sort of like lose a conductor and this symphony, the clocks become desynchronized and you sort of get noise. This time of desynchrony, this is when we experience jet lag. And how we experience it is that, for example, we can't sleep during nighttime. Instead, we are sleepy during daytime, fighting to stay awake. Our exposure to the light-dark cycle is critical to maintain us in this, synchronized and nice sort of symphony state. When we travel, this light-dark input changes, but our clocks are still used to the light-dark input at the origin, right? And then light works to resynchronize these clocks. The problem is that it's not just any light that you want to, minimize your jet lag and to adjust to the destination time zone. It's very important when you're exposed to light, the intensity of light, and also spectral composition of light. So one part of our research and collaboration with Qantas was on developing optimized light schedules during the flight so that people can start adjusting to destination time zone while they're still in the air. This year is that we took it one step further and we worked with Qantas on their new A350s to actually design the lighting on board that would be sort of most promotive of adjusting our clocks. How that works is that our central clock in the brain is most sensitive to the blue light. So we've designed different scenarios for lighting on board, with some of them being enriched in blue light, and those will be used to shift the clock in the direction that you want them to shift. So the design or optimization of lighting that we are working on right now, this is for Project Sunrise flights. So these are direct flights from East Coast of Australia to London and New York, right? Qantas developed very nice transitions between different lighting scenarios. So we have this awake scenario, which is the main scenario for shifting the clock, but then to go from awake to some say mood lighting or to sleep lighting, there are these beautiful transitions that show like sunrise and sunset, that move in the cabin. That's more aesthetics. In Australia, we are really in a special place because we have such huge distances to get to anywhere. And I think Qantas first understood that they need to start thinking about it. That's when we started working together. And what they realized is that you can't you can no longer apply this sort of traditional approach of turning off the light. You cannot do this anymore, right? Because then people are sitting in darkness for 15 hours. That's a long time, and something needs to change. I know some people like saying you just get light when you get to your destination. Yeah, that's probably not a bad idea. Maybe trying to stay awake at the destination during daytime between, say, 10 and 5. That's what we found in modeling, that it sort of helps. But it depends. It really depends on the destination and